Alright guys, hard to tell if I am live here or not. There we go. I think got some stuff here. Really not great at technology. I'm better at life insurance, but let's see what we can do here. Oh boy, this is rough, isn't it? Don't worry, I will get the hang of it. I know. Let's see, let's take out display capture. We are going to do a video capture first. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do a display capture. There we go. Test 1, 2. Alright, I guess I am live here. I apologize about the video feed for sure. So I wanted to do this video. In fact, I wanted to, hopefully I titled it the right thing. I was naming it, Why Don't Parents Have Life Insurance? And I think that is a great question, by the way. I'm not understanding why more parents don't have life insurance, but I think one of the biggest reasons why parents don't have life insurance is the fact that they don't want to think about their death, right? Like they don't want to even imagine themselves not being there for their kids. But I think it's crucial. Like if you've seen any of my videos, I've always talked about the importance of having life insurance if you have kids. In fact, I think that's one of the most crucial things to have when you have a kid. Of all the people who need life insurance, I think parents of younger kids are the ones who should absolutely have life insurance. And it doesn't take long, right, guys? It's a very fast process. You can get a quote within a minute, and I'll do one right now. I'm going to do one for a 35-year-old non-smoking male, just to show you how quick it is. I'm going to say he's in excellent health condition. Let's do $500,000. That's that might not be enough for your family, but that's better, $500,000 more than $0, right? So 35-year-old male, excellent health condition for 30-year term. And I recommend 30-year term because by the time it expires, you'll be retired. The house should be paid for. The kids will be out of the house. You know, you should have your investment accounts, retirement accounts set up. So I'll just do a 30-year term there. We'll see how much that's going to cost, right? It's roughly $34 a month for $500,000 worth of coverage. This is from Banner Term Life. This is one of the best life insurance companies around. They've been around roughly 190 years under the Legal and General umbrella. The prices are the best. It's one of three companies that have the best prices. It's Banner Term, Pacific, or Prudential. One of those three companies. Banner Term usually beats them out. There are other features with Banner Term that I prefer over those. So in my opinion, Banner Term is the best life insurance. And the application process is not complicated. They're not going to ask you any questions that you don't know. You don't have to study for it. It's going to be basic stuff. It's going to be like your first name, middle name, last name, your address, so they can send you the life insurance policy. It'll ask for your email address, but they're not going to spam you or harass you. Your social security number, just so they can verify you're who you say you are. Your phone number, yet again, there's going to be no spam calls, no harassment. Citizenship status. This is the first of, 5 pages. It's going to ask the basic coverage information, like how much coverage you want. It's going to show you the price again. It's going to ask who your beneficiaries are, if you want one beneficiary or multiple beneficiaries. It's going to ask your client information. It's going to ask some health questions, and then it's finally going to go to the billing, where you will have the option to either use a checking account or a credit card. I recommend checking account because credit cards expire, and if you miss a payment and it's more than 30 days, the policy is canceled. So it seriously takes 15 to 20 minutes, and what do we say, like $34 a month. To make sure your family doesn't have to worry in the event of your death. So I know it's uncomfortable to think about your family losing you, but I think it's imperative that you and your spouse, or you and your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever, you sit down and just play it out to see how that looks. And I guarantee you, like, there would be, if every parent did that, then every parent in the United States would have life insurance. It's too big of a risk not to have, and it's too inexpensive not to get. It's good. You never have to worry about it again. There's no chance that you will be on the GoFundMe account or anything like that. It's just, I think it's vitally important. Now, there are other situations where you probably need life insurance, but the only time that I absolutely think it's an imperative purchase is when you have young kids. Like, if you get married, I think you should have life insurance. I think you should, kind of protect each other in case, like, one person's lost, that, the income replacement and everything's in effect. But, at the end of the day, you're two adults, right? So I know that's a little harsh, but like, you're two adults. If you don't get it, it's okay. But if you have young kids, I mean, they've got no say in this. I mean, you need to have a policy, especially if you have young kids. So that is how easy it is. I am going to be live here for a little bit longer as soon as I figure out these controls. What I was trying to do here was to to get it set up where I could have the video and also show you some prices, but apparently my video is not working properly, but I do hopefully have audio, and I can tell you that you should get life insurance. You can do it within a matter of minutes. Like, before the fireworks go off today, you can have a life insurance policy in place, and you don't have to worry about it. Your kids don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to post a link for Banner Term, and like I said, you can get a quote here. This is my personal agent link. You would be my client if you use this link. I would kind of like to talk to you, at least to kind of get a feel for who I'm working with. If you decide to get a policy with me, I kind of like to know who I'm working with. Make sure you get all the documentation, everything you need. But yes, please, like, you could get this done before the first fireworks go off. It's 7:25 on the East Coast right now. Guarantee you can have a policy in place before the fireworks go off, right? Like, I don't know if you've had a drink or two with the cookout or whatever, but yes, you can definitely get it done pretty fast. And if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to call me. In fact, I will put my number in here, and I am probably going to go to my family's house here in a bit, probably in the next hour and a half or so, to watch some fireworks and maybe get some free food, which is always nice. But this is where you go. So if you're a parent, if you've got young kids, please go online, get a policy. This is the best company, hands down. Banner Term, that's the one I personally use, one of the term carriers that I represent, and I choose most of the time. There's very few instances where I don't recommend Banner Term. Policies are great. You can do it, guys. You can make sure your kids are protected in 15 to 20 minutes for probably less than $50 a month. Now, sometimes it might be higher or it might be lower, but usually $50 a month will get you a good policy. And you can always cater it. Like, if you can only spend $50 a month, let's say you're on a tight budget, if you can only spend $50 a month, you can always cater the policy amount, which will be better than nothing. Like, even if let's say you're 35 years old and you can only afford $100,000 in coverage. We're going to do it for 30 years because I always prefer to do 30 years. But let's say $100,000 in coverage for 30 years while you've got a kid. So it's really, really inexpensive, guys. It's just so inexpensive. $13 a month. This is for a 35-year-old male. And $100,000 is more than, what you would have if you didn't have anything, right? And it might not be enough to last forever, but it would definitely give a buffer, put a buffer in place. So So that would be my recommendation. And let's see, I'm sorry, I am still trying to figure out this this video feed. I'm a life insurance agent, not a tech person. Funny enough, though, I used to be a tech person, not with videos, but with network engineering. So if there was packet loss, I could spot that, or I could reconfigure the routes. But as far as getting the video device to display properly, I am currently at a loss without further inspection. So maybe if I do that. Okay. I'm going to try something here. Whee! That's not it. Where's my video? Okay. Well, apparently video is not an option unless I go live. And the reason I want to do this, I want to do vertical. I think it more people are using it on their phones, but that is just the reason here. All right, so yes, this is what we've got here. So we'll start over here. We'll just assume that it's okay. And I do want to test the audio too. I apologize. This is my first live going live like this.
It's okay.
All right, cool. All right, so I do have audio. Thank goodness. So here is Banner Term William & Penn. This is the company that I recommend. I recommend that you get a life insurance policy if you have kids, especially if you have kids. You know, in fact, the only time that I would absolutely encourage someone to 100% get life insurance is if you had kids under the ages of 18, because it's inexpensive, it's fast. You can have it done today before the fireworks. You could have a policy in place. You can submit the application, and I will show you again how easy that is. And if you have an age you want like a tentative quote for, just put it in the chat, guys. Feel free. I'm not going to spam you. I'm not going to harass you. I'm not going to bug you. Nothing like that. I really do want parents to have life insurance. That's one of the biggest things. If it's not with me, with someone, for the love of God, if you have kids, get a life insurance policy. Like, make sure that you have a life insurance policy in place. So I'm going to show you how fast it is. This is my personal page. You see my photo there. Sorry, the video is not working. There's my phone number, my email address. You can book a call with me if you need to or if you want to. And I'll show you how quick and easy it is to get a quote from Banner Term. All right, and if you don't want to be my client, that is completely fine. You can go directly to their website, and I will not see any money from it, but your kids will have a parent who has life insurance. So this is for a 35-year-old male. I want to do a 35-year-old male. That seems to be a good age. Like if you haven't gotten life insurance and you're 35, it's a great time to get it. You know, one reason is because you're 30 years away from retirement, so a 30-year term policy will take you all the way through to retirement. And usually by the time you're 35, you probably got a decent job, you've probably been promoted a couple of times, you're making a lot more money, give or take. So we'll do a $500,000 quote for this person. They're non-smoker. If you are a smoker, it's going to be significantly higher. I just have to go ahead and warn you. And that's not just with Banner Term, that's with every company. There used to be a few companies that would give kind of a break to smokers, but they shut that down. This is a 35-year-old non-smoker, excellent health condition, $500,000 for 30 years. So the kids will never have to do the GoFundMe. The spouse is going to be okay. And this is what it costs. $35.95 per month for $500,000. That's how inexpensive these things are. That's how, and it takes 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. It's not going to ask you questions to answers that you don't know, right? I mean, that's not how life insurance works. It's going to, the application process, it's going to bring it up. Like if you're like, that quote's pretty good, let me go ahead and fill out the application. Most of the time, the approvals are instant. On occasion, you might have to wait a day or so before it's finalized, you know, after they check your medical records and everything. But here is the application itself, and I'm going to show this to you. Here is the questions. You should know all the answers. First name, middle name, last name. It's going to ask your date of birth. It should already be hard-coded from your quotes. It's going to ask your address so they can know where to send the policy to, your social security number just so they can verify who you say you are, citizenship status, your country of birth, and that's just the first page. There's only 5 pages of it too, guys. Here are the other pages: coverage information, which is the amount of the coverage you've selected, and the term. This will be also the section where you can have add-ons to it if you want to add your kids to the policy. They're eligible for up to $10,000 in coverage as well, for maybe like $3 or $4 more a month. Beneficiaries, like if you want one person to receive all of the money, or if you want multiple people, you can decide there. Your information and your health information, pretty straightforward. And then finally, your billing information, where they'll ask either for a credit card or your checking account. I always recommend using the checking account because credit cards expire, and if there is more than 30 days of non-payment, then the policy will cancel. Typically, if that happens, if you miss a payment, they'll give me a notification. I'll give you a call to make sure everything's okay, and we can get that back on track if it is a credit card. But that is how easy it is. The fireworks are going to go off in about an hour and 45 minutes, I would guess. So you have plenty of time to get this done before the fireworks, so you don't have to worry about it again. You know, because I'm sure that you're at a cookout or cookout right now, and you're talking about some people that they're not here anymore, right? Some people that were here last year and they're not here anymore. So if that is the case, then I would recommend getting a life insurance policy. You know, it's very, very fast, very easy, and you don't have to worry about it again. All right, and apparently there are no viewers currently, but if you do hop on, if you have any questions at all about life insurance, I feel free to ask those. You know, and I did do a quote for someone in excellent health, and just to show you the difference in prices, because sometimes you might not be in absolute perfect health. You might have a little bit of like 1 or 2 minor conditions that are under control. So I'll be happy to show you some prices for that. It doesn't vary greatly, like between excellent, very good, and good health. Like where it really increases is where if you are in really bad condition, that's where you're barely able to get qualified. That's where the price really kind of goes up. So that is that's the only time where it would really go up. But I'm going to, just for transparency, I'm going to give you a range of prices for the 35-year-old male. So we're going to start with excellent health, and then we're going to go down. We're going to go down to where he's barely able to get qualified, right? And that will be more expensive. And in situations like that, it's probably several conditions that he's being treated for. Probably slightly obese, not morbidly obese, but that's where you're barely able to get qualified for. But I'll show you the full range so you will have an idea. So this is the 35-year-old male. I put South Carolina. The state really doesn't matter too much, but in excellent health, it would be $500,000 is $33.95 a month. Let's say very good health, being treated for a couple minor things, $39 a month, still great price. Let's say good health is $57 a month. So this is the range, right? Most people, the age 35, this is where they're going to fall. They're going to fall in this range between the 33 and the 57. Now, if you're barely able to get qualified, so you're probably overweight, not morbidly obese, but definitely obese, and you've got a few health issues, nothing major, obviously, then it could go up to $65 a month. But still, that is a fantastic price. So I highly encourage you, if you do have kids, get life insurance. It shouldn't, I mean, in my opinion, it shouldn't be an option. If you have kids, you should absolutely have it. It's just something that I think that should be mandatory almost. I'm not a government interventionist. Oh, I don't like government intervention. How's that? But I do think that this should be one thing that you should absolutely have if you've got kids. It's just too important. It's too fast. It's too easy. You know, you've got, you know, it's too fast. It's too easy, and it's so inexpensive. Where if you get a policy, like you can have this done before fireworks. Have it done before the fireworks. Is that okay? Can you get that? Can I get one parent out there who has been thinking about life insurance? Maybe you've had a couple drinks. Maybe you're talking about the people you've lost this year or last year in the past or recently, and you're like, hey, I really miss this person. I should probably, make sure my kids are okay. Because I guarantee you, most families have someone like that that's missing from the cookout today. I guarantee you, more families than not are missing somebody from the cookout. So here's your chance. Like, if you have any questions about life insurance, now these time policies are for younger people, typically people with young kids, and they need a larger amount of coverage, right? And this is a term policy, which means it does expire, right? So you will have the policy for 20 or 30 years, and then it cancels. But during that 20 or 30 years, that's when you raise your kids, you get them out of the house, you to pay off your mortgage, you build up your retirement account. So that's what this is. That's why it's so inexpensive. It is a term policy, but I think these are the best policies to have. Now, a whole life policy, you would get 1/10 of the coverage for 5 times the price. So that's why I don't think it's really suited for people with young kids, because to get the same amount of coverage, you would be probably like $400 or $500 a month, give or take, maybe a little bit more. So $33.95 will cover your family, make sure they're protected. Yeah, seriously, it's so easy. Please, if you have kids, get life insurance. If you have kids, get life insurance. I don't, I don't know how else to say this, guys. I mean, and you don't have to get it with me. There are other companies out there, tons of agents out there, thousands, tens of thousands of agents out there where you can get life insurance. But if you have kids, just take the time to get a life insurance policy. Seriously, it is very, very fast. It's very easy. There's my phone number in the chat. There's my agent link to Banner Term. You can get the quote. You can fill out the application. Probably get approved instantly and be done with it, right? The only thing you have to worry about is like the $30 to $50 a month that's taken out of your account for the life insurance. You won't have to worry about if I don't make it home tomorrow, if I don't wake up tomorrow. You don't have to worry about being attacked by a violent criminal, anything like that. You don't have to worry about leaving your family behind with nothing and have them depend on a GoFundMe or the generosity of family members. And don't get me wrong, GoFundMe, I like it. I like the fact that people come together, but when there's a young family, like people with young kids, it's just so avoidable to. These things are just so avoidable. It's so fast. It's so inexpensive. It's so easy. And I know you've probably been harassed by agents or called nonstop. You don't have to go through all of this. It's right here, guys. It's right here. Yeah, you can make sure your kids are protected within a matter of minutes, right? You can get the coverage that you want very, very quickly. You don't have to worry. You don't have to go through all the phone calls. You don't have to worry about all the lying advertisements. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just fill out the application, submit it, and get your coverage. There's also a few other links here. There's a link to my YouTube page, which you're on now. There's a link to my Facebook page, and there's a link where you can book a call with me as well. So that's my recommendation to get the life insurance. If you have kids, I don't know how many times I've say that in a week, probably thousands, honestly. Like various types of life insurance out there. There's like, people get married, obviously, I think they should have life insurance. They're the senior citizens who need final expenses, like for burial or cremation. People who want to protect their mortgage, obviously, those are important too. But the one that really, really drives me is people who have young kids. Like, those are the people that I want to have life insurance. Like, of all the people that I could choose to work with, that would be the one and only. If I could work with them all day, every day, that would be the one. And as far as the commission structure is concerned, it's a lot less money. I'll go ahead and tell you. Like helping someone with a final expense policy, the commission would be a lot higher than what it would be for this. So it's just very important to me that kids have parents that have policies in place. You know, if you're a mom and dad, I think you should both have it. But I don't have any viewers right now, so I will remain silent. But if there are any questions, you are more than welcome to type them in the chat. Here we go. All right, so here we go. We are all right, so how many of you guys are at a cookout right now? Oh, 0 people. Anyone at a cookout? Anyone lost a family member this year? Probably. And I'm just taking a look at the feed here. Since no one is looking, let's see how the feed looks, if you guys don't mind. And I'm just taking a look at the feed here. Since no one is looking, let's see how the feed looks. Looks pretty crappy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Don't mind. This is not my best at the feed. Typically, I go live on looking. YouTube. Looks pretty crappy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. The camera, right? This is not my best at the feed. Typically, I go. And with the camera is a little better. This one I tried to use a streaming software, and I do have everything set up, but unfortunately it's not going through. So there is that minor inconvenience. But it is what it is, right? Let's see. I'll take a look at my stream health, and I can. Oh, I got 3 likes. Okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for the 3 likes. I do appreciate that. Whoever liked me, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I can maintain it here. I'm going to try to find something here. If you don't mind. I do appreciate those likes. I really do. It's very hard to get people interested in life insurance, unfortunately. You know, and that's why I focus on parents, because I think they need it the absolute most. You know, and I know they get bombarded with phone calls, with spam, with lies, all this stuff. My primary focus is on parents who have young kids, because they are the ones who absolutely need the life insurance the most. And those are the ones I hope would get it the most, because usually if you have young kids, it's just so inexpensive. It's so easy to get. And like, for example, here we go. I'm going to pull up my personal page. I put that in the chat. Yet again, thanks for the 3 likes. I greatly appreciate that. I would hope more parents got interested in life insurance. Not just for me, from a financial aspect, just for them to have a policy in place for their kids, because I I go through the unexpectedly passed section of Facebook every day, and I see so many young parents, like in their 20s, 30s, 40s, who have passed away with the young kids, and I see all the GoFundMe's, I see all of that stuff, and I'm like, it's so avoidable and it's so inexpensive. So I'm gonna pull up another quote. I'm gonna pull up a quote from my personal page here, and if this is for Banner Term, I firmly believe this is the best term carrier in the U.S. hands down. So I'm gonna pull up a quote. This time I'm gonna go for a little older. I'm gonna say somebody put off life insurance maybe a little bit longer. Maybe they're 45, just to see. Excuse my dog in the background. He wants to go to a cookout, and I'm holding him up from that endeavor. So this is going to be a 45-year-old male. I'm going to say he's in excellent health condition, and I'm going to put a policy here for 30 years or 20 years. I'm going to do a 20-year term policy for a 40-year-old male. Run the quote. And this is $45 a month, right? 45-year-old male, $500,000, 20 years of coverage for $45 a month. That's provided he's in excellent health. Let's say he's in good health, not great health. All right, let's say he's just in good health. That's $53. $53 a month. That'll take him all the way through to retirement. So if he has a kid or kids, you're still in the house. It's probably 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. That'll have coverage in place for him all the way until he's 65. I don't think you can put a price on protecting your kids, but if there was a price on protecting your kids, this is the lowest one you can go with, guys. This is so easy, And I am going to take a look here, a few more things here. But this is for the 45-year-old male, and if you got any questions, all right, so any questions at all, you can ask the questions. I'm here. I can help with senior citizens. I can help with the younger people. Like I said, my primary focus is parents with young kids, but I'm also certified, qualified, and experienced with helping senior citizens with final expense. That's also not a problem. If you've got any questions about how coverage works, or you're looking at a specific company or policy type, I'd be more than happy to chime in on that. I've got tons of experience with all of those things. But like I said, my passion is to help parents with young kids to get life insurance. I think that is the most important time to get life insurance. So, all right, Mr. Maverick, we'll go eventually, buddy. You got to give us time, okay? All right, can you give it a little bit of time, buddy? All right, guys, got to give a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time, bud. All right. All right. Yeah, I do have, I've got 3 dogs. I know this isn't about parents for life insurance, so I do have 3 dogs. I've got Maverick, Jasmine, and Karma. Maverick is the attention guy. He loves to have attention at all times. So that is him. You hear breathing in the background. Buddy, I'm trying to work here, man. I'm trying to work, sir. All right, let me take a look here. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Maverick. Am I not giving you enough attention? Is that what it is? Am I not giving you enough attention? All right, we got about 1 hour before the fireworks, guys. Hey, buddy. All right, 1 hour. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, if you, like, I guess I guess the biggest thing is like, I think as far as life insurance is concerned, I think you really need to kind of think about it, right? I know you need to think about it. Like most parents don't have life insurance because they never thought about what it would be like if they weren't there. I think you should really consider that. Like most of the people you see on the unexpectedly passed or the GoFundmes, they didn't think about it because I guarantee you, if people actually thought about the financial ramifications of them not being in their kid's life, they would have a policy. If they thought that there was a chance that they might die before their kids got out of the house or grew up, they would 1,000% have a policy. Most parents would do that. I don't think there's very few parents that wouldn't do that. There are a few, obviously, but I mean, most people, if they thought about the impact of them not being around, they would do it. And you don't have to spend even if your budget is tight, maybe you can't afford $50 a month, $50 a month. I don't know what your situation is. You can always go lower, right? Because it's going to be better than $0 going to your kids. Like for this one, a 45-year-old man in excellent health, $100,000 is $15 a month, right? That's $100,000 going to the kid if something were to happen to him, and I think that is a great deal. Now you can see the ratings right here, where it's there are the ratings for Banner Term. It's A plus. That's an A plus rating, and you can't really go higher than an A plus. Back in my day, you couldn't go higher than an A, but hey, they are that good. So it's around 8 o'clock Eastern right now, and I'm hoping that a couple parents will decide today is the day that they stop thinking about getting the life insurance policy and actually get it. Because if you think about your death, right? If you think about like you dying and the financial impact that that's going to cause, it's going to cause you stress, right? That's definitely going to cause you stress. It's going to cause every single parent stress. But having the policy in place that alleviates all that stress. It's a stress reliever. You don't have to worry about it. I don't know if you've ever stood up too fast, got lightheaded, like, oh my God, am I stroking out? You don't have to worry about that. you know. Or I don't know if yeah, tinnitus. I don't know if any of you guys have that. Like, well, what's happening here? Like all of this stuff, man. You don't have to worry about it. Obviously you're gonna worry about missing them emotionally and like the impact that's gonna cause. But as far as the financial impact, you're okay. You'll know that they're gonna be fine. I think that's worth the $40, $50 a month, give or take, to make sure that that's in place. Like I don't know where the idea that it's hard to do. I think it's probably because of the environment, right? Like I guarantee, looking for life insurance, it's a nightmare. I'll tell you that. I know that people see all of these advertisements that are mostly untrue. That's one thing. Once they go to those ads and they put in their information, they get called nonstop. Once they get called nonstop, they're going to talk to agents that are going to be pushy and always push for them to get a policy without them knowing what they're getting, understanding what it is, anything like that. So I understand that. I understand like why people would avoid looking for it. But if it's easy, if it's fast, if it's easy, if it's affordable, and it's right here, guys. This is the way to do it. Like you can click on this link. That'll be my page. You can go directly to Banner Term, guys. If you want to bypass me completely, the only thing I ask is like send me a message saying, "Hey, I got a life insurance policy. Thank you. I'm more than happy." I would prefer the commission, but that is also very good. All right. So that's all I'm asking. is for you as a parent to take 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 20, maybe you're a little slow on the computer, 15 to 20 minutes, spend like $40, $50 a month, and get a policy in place for your kids, right? That's what I'm asking for you. I'm not asking to do it for me. I'm asking you to do it for your kids, you know. All right, and I'm going to test out the stream here again. All right, looks like it is working. All right, let's see. I'm going to take out some other live streams here. Okay, so apparently talking about Pokemon definitely generates people, but so apparently Pokemons are more important than covering kids. There's CJ Patterson. Now there's some kid acting a fool. All right, there's political commentators. You know, here's one thing: like, you can love politicians, you can hate them. You can have your favorite politician that you love. You can have your least favorite politician you can hate. You can have your favorite sports team, whatever your case may be, favorite actor, all this stuff. But none of them, right? None of them are going to send your family a check if you pass away. Not one. I guarantee you. There will not be one of these celebrities that sends your family money if you were to pass away. So just keep that in mind. You know, focus on the important stuff. What is it, girl? Huh? I am Hmm. All right. That is my dog Karma in the background. She is saying that I should hop offline, but I'm not going to hop offline until somebody confirms that they're going to get a policy for their kids. Not with me necessarily, but with someone. Karma, what are you doing, girl? That is my dog Karma in the back. Madam. All right, I need to get a check on this. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if Karma's seen a deer in the backyard. That is a high possibility. What are you barking at, sweetheart? Huh? What are you barking at? You're barking at the people who have kids and don't have life insurance? I understand. Alright guys, I am back here. Oh, there's Maverick. You guys cannot see Maverick, but he is a big dog. There you go, buddy. Hey, Kermie. I don't know where Jasmine is, but she's around here somewhere. So here is the link, guys. This is for parents who are looking for life insurance. There are parents out there who do not have life insurance, believe it or not. Jasmine, this one is in fact yours. There you go, girl. If you look at some of my videos this morning, Jasmine ran into a rabbit, and the rabbit had exactly 0 survival instincts. As the rabbit attempted to go closer to her, but in the end, I didn't let her get the rabbit, and the rabbit escaped safely. So, and she tries to be very stealthy. I don't know if she picked that up from the cat or what, but you know. That is it. Yeah, as far as parents are concerned, I'm not sure what else to tell you guys. It's fast, it's easy, it's affordable. You can have it done. You know, it's getting close to that firework time, so you're going to forget about it. But you could still have a life insurance policy submitted and hopefully approved before the fireworks go off. So, I don't have any more treats, guys. No more treats. So... Alright, well I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to try to figure out how to get the video up.